So you attended the basic course in 2015, and initially, how did you go initially?
Initially, I followed all the rules and it really went well. So whatever I bought, probably about 60% was positive.
Okay.
Then after that,
You got greedy.
I got greedy. Yes.
You got greedy.
I got greedy and started to buy more and forgot all the rules. I didn't do my position sizing. Then as the stock of the price goes up, I bought more. Then eventually the price collapsed.
Yeah.
And when it collapsed, I went to buy even more, hoping that it will go back up. But it didn't happen, and for the next 1.5 years, it kept going down. I kept buying more. It kept going down. I kept buying more until I lost almost 90% of the account.
You lost 90% of it.
90%.
So at first you lost 100%. You took the course. You learned the rules. You followed it. You did well. Then you thought this is so simple.
Correct.
Yes. And that's the trouble with most people, right? They get some initial success and they think it's so simple. They get greedy. They break all the rules. So they buy more than they should. They don't put their stop loss in place. When it goes down, they buy more to revenge trade. Call it revenge trading, right?
And it's like pride. You don't think that it will go the opposite way, but it went the opposite way for 1.5 years. So the market really.
I heard you told me you couldn't sleep for 1.5 years.
Yes, I couldn't sleep for 1.5 years. Every day I will wait for the market to close at 4 a.m. Then next day go and work again. So it was a very stressful, very taxing period where I couldn't even tell my fiance at the time. Couldn't tell anybody. So I had to take it on my own to just overcome it.
So when you came for the advanced course, what are the main things you learned that got you back on the right path?
I believe the first thing that I learned is about psychology. Okay, that it is possible to go through a losing streak, but if we break our rules, okay, even if we are profitable in the short run, long run we will lose. So after the advanced course, I started to follow the rules step by step. Okay, I tell myself every trade is independent. It has nothing to do with anybody else. There's nothing to do with pride, no ego. Just take it one at a time.
Think statistically.
Yes, correct.
Right, because if you follow the rules, over time your wins will cover your losses.
Yeah, that's what happened in 2016, 2017, where my account started to recover. I started a new account and my account got about 190% returns over 1.5 years.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Now, I noticed when I looked at your portfolio, it was really impressive. Not only because you managed to beat the S&P every year, not only because you doubled the S&P this year, but what impressed me the most was the drawdowns that you managed to recover from, right? And a lot of people think that successful traders, right, they make money every month, every week, every day, right? Which doesn't happen, okay? Because your money doesn't go up in a straight line. It goes through ups and downs. And I've seen that in certain periods you had big drawdowns as well, right? What was your biggest drawdown?
About 30 to 40%.
Right, 30-40% drawdown. Okay, so when that happened, again, how did you change your strategies in any way, or you just kept going with the same strategy?
No, I had to keep on going with the same strategy, doing the same things over and over again.
And have the belief that eventually the market's gonna come back. Yeah, and it always does eventually.
Don't worry about the drawdown. Just keep on going. As long as you have proper risk, proper reward, they will always be there with a profitable strategy. All we need is probably a 50% strategy to be profitable.
A lot of traders think that the more trades I take, the better off I'll be, because they think that effort equals to rewards. But that's not true in the markets.
Right. That's one of the things that some of the other gurus, they teach that because they want fast trade, fast reward. But what I find out is totally not true. The more trade, the more harder it is to keep calm.
Yeah.
So the harder it is to see clearly.
I read somewhere that you mentioned that there was a point where you had like a 20% drawdown.
Yeah.
Right. So to most people, they would give up at that point. But what they don't realize is that most people, including myself, we will go through those periods. We will go through a 10% or 20% drawdown. It will happen. Yes. Right, and for most people who give up there, they will never ever succeed in the markets. But I'm happy to hear that you, after going through that 20% in the early part of your journey, you did not give up and you kept moving on, and you now end up with a 68% return in 2019 year to date, which is really impressive for a beginner.
Yes. Thank you.
So what advice would you give someone who is starting out in the stock markets right now, and they have got no idea what to do. They are confused. What would you tell them? How would you tell them to get started right now?
I think the most important thing is invest in your training, not in your immediate profit. Invest in getting knowledge as much as you can, understanding the market the best you can. And of course, I would advise to get into per profits and the courses that you sell, because it changed everything for me, and I hope that it can change everything for everyone else. And I would also advise that you are very skeptical of your own actions, because the recipe for success is in the courses. And if you don't find success, it's because you are doing something wrong, and only you are doing it wrong. It's not Donald Trump's fault that your portfolio is down 20% in 1 month. It's not the bank's fault. It's not the other traders' fault. It's your own fault. Be skeptical about your own actions.
Yeah, that's great. And one of the things I keep emphasizing is that, when we blame someone else or we give excuses and we complain, what we are saying is that someone's controlling my life. Someone is controlling my results. And as long as someone is controlling it, I can't change it, right? Yeah. But the key to success is taking responsibility, taking ownership, that whatever is happening out there, whatever is happening to my portfolio, I'm creating it, either through my actions or my inactions, either through my mindset or my strategies. And once you take responsibility, you have the power to change it. So great, that was a great piece of advice.